Hi, and welcome back to Inspired Alchemy with Lizzie. This is episode 17. I can believe it, but I can't believe that I've made it to episode 17. And for everybody listening, I appreciate you so very much for being here with me. I'm hoping that sharing my story and sharing my inspiration is going to help you. So today, it's really late. It's 9 o'clock p.m. where I'm at. And I have been struggling all day with trying to figure out what it is that I wanted to say. And I think I'm just going to talk about it's okay to not be okay. I am, as I have said before in my other episodes, I'm ripping my whole life apart. My business, trying to build a new business from the ground up, trademarking, doing all of these things that I really don't know how to do. Um, and it's confusing and it's overwhelming, and doing it all while becoming my most authentic self, my most whole self, is tricky too, because again, I'm constantly growing, evolving, and today has actually been a little bit of a hard day for me. I'm realizing that while I used to mask all the time, I don't anymore. Sometimes sometimes I will, to make other people feel more comfortable. And it's getting harder to do that. And it's not like I want to say, I don't want people to know that, I'm not having a hard time or whatever it is. Like my daughter will ask me sometimes, "Hey, mom, you okay?" And I'm not going to lie to her. I'm like, no, but I will be. I just have to process things and I have to move through them. But right now, I'm sitting in a spot and I kind of feel like I just kind of figured this out, again, in active processing mode, that I'm doing things now from a completely different perspective because I'm a completely different woman than I was when I first started Inspired Alchemy. And everything that I thought I was, I'm not. And I've said this before. And I am becoming everything that I'm supposed to be. But at the same time, when you're becoming everything that you're supposed to be, you have to sit with a lot of things. And I just realized that my cat is eating. And if you can hear crunching in the background, that is her crunching on her food. um, yeah, so I've always said that I'm not, I haven't edited any of these yet. And I don't know if I'm going to. I'm not a very clean, well, I'm clean. I'm just not this polished person, and I want to come through authentically. And I think having a cat crunching in the background or my cat meowing like he just was, I don't think that you guys would have heard that, but he was meowing really bad beforehand. Anyways, becoming the person that you are meant to be can actually be really challenging, because the way that you used to operate is no longer how you operate. So everything that you did previously, you're coming from a different operating system, you're coming from a different way of being, you're coming from a different perspective, and it's challenging because you're going to move in ways that you've never moved before, and it's going to be uncomfortable. And so today, I had to take my daughter to, she, if you don't know, she's a circus performer, but she doesn't normally get hurt doing circus stuff. She ended up hurting herself doing something totally everyday mundane thing. And so I had to take her today, which is another reason why this is late. I had to take her to the doctor today to get all taped up and make sure that she didn't hurt anything in her arm. But I went in and I went into this appointment and I wasn't really expecting to, because on Tuesdays I stay home and I record and she goes to the gym. And I went in and I'm like, I can't even pretend that I'm okay today. I can't. And I don't want to. I don't. That's something I told my friend. I'm tired of pretending. I try not to do it very often anymore. And I try to stay authentic and I try to really stand in who I am. Today, I really did that. And during my daughter's appointment a couple times, she kept asking me, Mom, are you okay? And like I said, my answer is always, I'm okay. Or I will be, right? If I'm okay, I say I'm okay. But if I'm not, I say I will be. And there's a freedom in just being, allowing yourself to move through the emotions, allowing yourself to be in the moment, and allowing yourself to be authentically who you are. Is it scary? Yeah. But there's a freedom in it. No masking, no need to pretend, no need to put on a not safe face. It's like saving face, right? There's no need for any of that, especially in safe places. And so that is what my day has consisted of. I actually don't even know where my day went. Some days that happens. I did spend a little bit of time with my daughter today, which is always good to do, especially with a teenager. Because if you are a parent, teenagers they just get wrapped up in their own stuff. But she still likes to spend time with me, and she'll be 15 this year, so that's really cool. I think today is just a lot of me rambling about staying true to yourself, allowing yourself to feel what you need to feel, but not becoming it. And I think that when we allow ourselves to feel instead of mask, we don't become the emotion that we are feeling. It's okay to feel it, just don't become it. Don't let it consume you. And I actually don't know how I was feeling. I think it's just a whole bunch of realizations of, I can't believe that I'm becoming a woman I never thought possible, that everybody told me wasn't possible. I'm realizing things about life where people told me I was too much, which in turn made me feel not enough. And I actually have friends now. I have a good group of people who I can trust that actually tell me the world is better with me in it. And they push me to do better. And they can see the woman that I am or that I am becoming. And even on the hard days, they make me stand in that. They push me to be better. They inspire me. And on the hard days, those are the people that keep me going. My daughter is the same. She, and I feel like this is a relevant story. I think I'm just going to talk about like what's been happening over the past couple days. So, I think a big part of this is when I'm going to make a big move or I show the universe I'm ready for something, I start to get I start to have to process all of these emotions and all of these things. And so yesterday, I used to want to be, let me back up. I used to want to be a massage therapist when I was a teenager. Then I was like, oh my God, wait, I'm going to have to touch people I don't want to touch. Like this is not for me. Like I I wanted to be able to help people. I wanted to be able to do all these things because I learned some massage therapy techniques when I was a kid because my mom was in a car we were in a car accident and I had to learn how to release the muscles for your head, for headaches, things like that. And so I was like, man, I want to do this. I really love it. But then I realized I have to go to school and then I had to work on people at the beginning while I was in school that I didn't want to touch. So then I didn't do it. But here in Florida, to do the energy work that I want to do, I have to have a massage therapy license. And so I did something I was scared to do yesterday. Like I was terrified for multiple reasons. I went to one of the massage therapy schools and I talked to somebody. And yeah, I had all these things run through my head. And I was like, I'm too old to be here, which is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thing to think that you're too old to do anything because it's not the case. But, and I tell people that all the time, but obviously when it comes to us, we try to make these excuses in our head as to why we can't do it, and even though everybody else can. So I tried to talk myself out of going so many times, especially since it was storming really bad, but I still went. And I talked and I saw the space and all of that. And I was like, this is a possibility. But even if I decide not to go to that school, I allowed myself to sit in the discomfort of going because I knew I had to. I knew it was going to help me grow. And I knew it was the next step, even if I don't go to the school. I have other schools that I can look at. And I know that, like I said, it was what I needed to do. And it made me realize that I think that before I even go back to massage therapy school or go to massage therapy school, I think that I want to actually do my polyvagal certification. I want to get certified in polyvagal techniques because that has been life changing for me. And then I think that I will move from there because this particular school would have, and see, I'm in active processing. I'm explaining to you guys these things. And sometimes when you're in processing mode, sometimes it's better to talk it out because sometimes you realize that there are things that you're processing that you don't even know. And so I do believe that at some point I will go back to school, but for massage therapy. But it might not be right now. Obviously, I'm going to keep going to different schools and seeing what they're like. But polyvagal has changed my life and I think that that might be what I want to do first. This other program would have taken away. My daughter goes into high school next year and she's homeschooled. I have been homeschooling since the very, very beginning. I think I've said that before. And we have a lot of plans for high school. We have a lot of things that we want to do. We have volunteer hours that we want to put in. We work a lot with foster care kids, and we always have ever since she was really little. And this program would have had me at school slash work at least 3 days a week, 8 hours a day, and one of them was Saturdays. And while I know that I will need to sacrifice, I'm not willing to compromise the last couple of years that I have, especially with her going into high school and not being there if she needs me. And this is where I can tell you I have an amazing child. When we left, she goes, Mom, I don't want you to take me into consideration when you decide if you're going to go back to school or not. And I go, baby, that's like asking me not to breathe. I said, I have to consider you. That's what I do as mom. While I know we need a balance, and I know sometimes that we have to do things that are it's challenging as a parent. It's decisions that we have to make. And I said, while I appreciate that, I mean, that's a very big thing for a 14, almost 15-year-old to say, but she is a really great kid. I'm very lucky that she chose me as her mom. Very proud mom. But she told me that, and I've been sitting with that. And so I think that there's a compromise that I can make. So today has been a lot of processing. The past few months have been a lot of processing as I try to tear everything to the ground so that I can rebuild. And I think that I am kind of rambling about all of this today because I know a lot of other people are in the same boat. You're tearing things down, creating a new world. And sometimes you don't feel like you fit in that new world yet because you don't know how to be that person that you are becoming because it's brand new to you. It's okay. It's okay to feel like you're in a foreign place. It doesn't mean you don't belong there. It just means that you have to learn the ways of that world now as the person that you are becoming. And I think that's all I have. Today has been a heavy one. Maybe it's the rain, or maybe it's just the fact that I'm stepping into this new way of being and this new person that I don't know how to quite be yet. But she's beautiful and she's amazing. And I can't wait to figure out how to be her. And that might not be the right words to use because she is not separate from myself. But that's all that I can come up with right now. So if you're going through it, if you're rebuilding like I am, you'll make it. You've survived all of your other days. These are not going to be any different. And remember, as always, you're not broken. There is nothing wrong with you. You are growing, and it's beautiful. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Stay tuned as I rebuild because I feel like once I figure things out, I'll have a lot of really cool things coming down the pipelines. Keep creating alchemy. Inspired perpetual alchemy always.